Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Nancy.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Addicted Sisters. So this is a sleepyhead picture from
1966. And we're sitting waiting on the couch for people early in the morning, kind of like it is here today. Lazy day.
And back behind Nancy's legs is
our dog Chipper.
He's just cute. It's a little black and white dog. He was so cute.
He was fun. He's the one that used to go sled riding with me.
We probably have that picture too.
Probably.
We'll show that in the winter when it's seasonally appropriate. So, anyway, we wanted to welcome you to our Flosstube number 34. Today is October 7th.
Woohoo! And she said October.
Yes, I did. I was good. And for me, see, I'm trying to cue up my picture.
Yeah.
That's like, it's just being silly. We'll just turn it off and wait. No. Now my phone wants to start playing music. Do any of you have that problem that every time you hit an extra button, all your phone wants to do is play music? It irritates me.
I don't have that problem.
I think I have a spooky phone. And it's just possessed, and all it wants to do is play music. And you know,
at least it's music. I mean, that's a nice thing.
It won't even keep my music stored in there. So it wants me to listen to whatever it wants to listen to. So
Trying to broaden your horizons, Laura.
There we go.
Did you already welcome them?
I did.
I totally missed that.
I said I wanted to welcome them to our Flosstube number 34.
Totally missed that.
But welcome again.
And thank you for being here. We so appreciate that. Everyone who has subscribed and liked us. And we noticed there were a lot of new people this time. So thank you. And we hope you're back and you enjoy us.
So I'm just going to tell you up front, I'm on the snuggle bus. I may be on that too. I am on the struggle bus today. This weekend was GladFest, so we were there Friday night from 5 to 10, and again on Saturday.
And it's outside,
yeah,
so we were sitting outside the whole time.
We were in a tent, but they had advertised it that we would be inside, and yeah, there were a lot of people who were really angry about that. And it rained. Friday night, it was so hot that Katie and I set up our booth area, and the makeup literally just melted off of our faces. We were so hot we couldn't stand it.
So you're going to have to get one of those little electric fans to go with you.
Well, it would have to be battery powered because, And then Saturday, Katie sent me a message. She had just thought to check her email first thing in the morning. They postponed for 2 hours.
Because it was pouring.
Yeah. And when we got to our booth a couple hours late, so we were supposed to open at noon, I took the morning and made 17 more sleeves.
Wow. You were supposed
So I took the morning and did that.
Wow.
And we went to Starbucks because I had to have coffee, and Katie was dragging too. But we, anyway, we got there, and parts of our booth were wet, and we could see where the water had run through.
That's
and
icky.
Yeah, it was not the best setup, and we were not real happy with it.
Well, no.
And
especially when you pay for those, and you kind of, you pay kind of a premium to have those spots.
Now, on the good news front, so I'm looking at my eyes, and they're like almost closed, so I'll try to open them. So we made our booth rental fee back on Friday night.
Great.
And even a little more than that. And then, so yesterday was just profit. We went late. And when it started raining, immediately the drops started coming down on us. And our entire booth, the floor was soaked because the water just ran straight down. And we decided we didn't really care. We were going home.
Yeah.
We hadn't had people in because it was getting yucky. Now, while we were packing up, suddenly a group of people came through, but you know,
of course, that's the way it always works.
it was okay. So we're selling book sleeves. I had that one pulled out to show you guys. Oh, we're selling our book sleeves, and we sold 22 book sleeves while we were there. We sold a lot of soaps and maps and bookmarks. And what, did I have anything else in my booth? I can't remember. I said soap,
bookmarks, then the map, then the soaps, and then all your stuff.
And we did display a big special box that we've been doing, a special order Hocus Pocus box. And Katie noticed when she packed up that one of the bookmarks was missing.
Oh,
so, you know, I mean, people always will just do that.
Oh.
Katie also reads for a living. And reads and shops. It's a rough job, guys. So she works on a subscription book box, and she has to read books to decide what book will be going in one of the boxes, and Danya, the owner, reads for the other box that they do, and she chooses the book for it. But Katie had all these advanced reader copies of books, and, you know, they're just like collecting in her room. You can't resell those. So she can't even sell them to half-price books, although if she will gather them and take them there, half-price books will get them out to organizations that give books to people who don't have any.
Oh, okay, so they can be given away.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
So we had a bookcase sitting up,
yeah.
and Katie Friday night just grabbed what she could grab and took a whole bunch of the advanced reader copies, the ARCs, and took those, and we would tell people, oh, those books up there are free. And a lot of times it would draw people in. In fact, we had a couple of cute little girls. I shouldn't say that. They're probably 8th grade or 9th grade, so young ladies who came and looked and were so excited to get some free books. And I could see them whispering to each other out by the bookcase, and I heard one say, we have to buy something. And we were like, oh, no, just take the books, get them out. But they each came in. One bought a bar of soap, and the other one bought a book sleeve. And
nice.
They were so cute. And Katie said, oh, tell me that one of you got this book. And they both ran for the bookcase. And one of them grabbed it, and the other one went, ah. And I said, well, you each have 3 now, so you read your 3, you read your 3, and then trade. And they said, we're next door neighbors. They were just so cute.
Cute.
But I talked about the Hocus Pocus special box. In July, we did a special box for Harry Potter, and this was the sleeve. Katie designed this patch, the platform 9 3/4 to go on it, and this was exclusive inside the box. And oh, see, I have paper in there, but that's the inside. We thought it kind of looked like magic, and so that it would be cool like Harry Potter. But so we're doing things like that when we have a special box. Katie did a patch for our box this time. The cats did something. But Katie did a patch for our sleeve this time. It's not a big round one like this. It's skinnier.
Yeah.
So
I saw it. I thought it was on the bag. I didn't realize it was on the...
And I can't say a whole lot because I don't know who watches us, but the unboxings have started online because we got our box out early.
Oh, cool.
It was supposed to go out tomorrow, which is actually a bank a bank. See, I'm still a banker, which is actually a holiday, but so the post office wouldn't have picked up.
Right.
But we were able to get them out on Thursday.
Good for you.
So we got to see some unboxings when we got home last night. It was really exciting. So anyway, we're up to comments and questions.
Yay!
First off, Pat Matichek. Okay, Pat, I would love you to tell me which syllable of your last name has the emphasis. Then I can decide if it's Matichek, like I should say Matt, or if it's Matichek, or if it's, what? Yeah. Help me out. Because you comment a lot, and we appreciate it.
Yes.
And I just need to hear your name correctly in my head. It messes with me. Anyway. She told us that the boys at Needlework Delights are Kevin and Jimmy.
And Could not think of Jimmy's name at all.
No. And as soon as I read that, I'm like, of course it is. So we love that you guys take care of us. And help keep us on the straight and narrow.
It's a big job.
Yeah, it is sometimes. Connie Montague, you're going to talk about them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Connie
Because I didn't write anything else. I'm like, I'm going to get a
She
drink.
had no notes, so she didn't know what she was supposed to say. Connie Montague commented and wanted to say...
I could just say, thank you.
Yes.
And if you don't know what that's about, go back a few. Now Nancy won't be able to talk for a minute. Sorry, Connie. This is your moment.
She and her daughter Melina and her sister Vicky sat with us at Galleria. And she commented that Melina finally talked her into starting a Flosstube.
Woo-hoo!
So I went and watched it. And it is count twice, stitch once. They're really cute, and you guys need to go check them out. Sorry, I got something in my throat now. But they had, oh my God, the haul. It was like both of us put together was Connie's haul.
Now, you know, we had to do a part 2 because of our haul last week.
I was like, how are you getting that all in this little short time? But man, they did.
And I felt like we were going, here's one, here's one. Yeah, so. But
they had some great whips. Connie finished off her, her pirate witch.
Oh, cool.
It was real cute. She's going to do a whole wall of witches. So that would be fun to see.
That would appeal to Nancy for sure. I mean, I love Halloween, so.
But I'd love to see it after you got them all up on the wall, so.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't her goal to leave that up all the time, though?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I think we talked about that, and it was going to be a feature on the wall in her house.
She said she was going to put the best witches design right in the center.
That'll be sweet. So if you're interested, go check out Count Twice, Stitch Once. I know I need to add them to my playlist and go watch them.
Cute name.
And they were lovely ladies. And Connie has the most beautiful kind of lilac-y colored hair.
It came across really kind of dark on the photo. I was surprised.
Connie is who inspired me to actually go and do my ends.
Yeah.
And my ends have faded some this week. But she's who inspired me. And I saw my hairdresser this weekend and she looked at my hair and said, "Yay! I'm so glad you did it." So, you know, you're always worried when you do things behind your hairdresser's back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Linda Akers, who is new to our Flosstube family here. And she said she thinks that she made us reach 2K. Yay!
Yes.
So thank you. We love that. She also asked, do we finish and display everything you stitch?
Well, I have a short stack of things that I need to finish off. But I do like to finish my finishes, fully finish those. And then what I do is I rotate them. So, once I get them all up on the walls anyway.
Nancy's slowly adding things.
But I do like to rotate them because that way that keeps them fresh. And you can rotate in your seasonal stuff. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I have been stitching a long time, and I haven't always had the funds to do the finishing part because I'd rather spend it on the buying new stuff part. And so I'm not saying you have to go back and catch up with us because we are long-winded. But a few videos back, I try and leave her spots. Thank you. Anyway, if you go back a few, I talk about that I think I counted like 44 or 46 soft finishes that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
That's just soft finishes. And who knows what else and I've added to it since then. I did finish one off into it was the Christmas tree, and I made it into the hanging ornament.
Yeah.
So,
well, and sometimes you think you're going to do something with them, and then your plans change. So.
I looked through where you and I have gone through my stuff from time to time and, tried to plan some things. And, yeah, they're still there. I even have a few things with frames. And I have extra frames sitting at home.
Yeah, me too.
So.
Me too. Whenever I go to the thrift store, I watch for frames because, cheap.
And you can pull out, whatever's in there.
Yeah.
and put something in. So we work hard to try and do it. I always have the greatest intention, most sincere intention of framing everything. Intention.
It sounded like ind.
Okay, so the Buckeye Stitcher, Nicole, helped me out. I was showing some designs last week in our haul section.
Yeah.
And Barbara Hills, I had 2 or 3 by her that I really, really liked. And she said that's the owner of Keepsakes, and that she briefly tried her hand at the designing world. And I do remember that on Pam and Steph's video, she said that they said that Barbara just didn't enjoy that so much, and so she stopped doing that. It was too much of a time, took too much of her time away from the shop.
Yeah.
And she really wanted to focus on that. So thank you, Nicole, because I needed that.
That's great.
Yeah. Then Emma Swartz. See, you guys were like so helpful.
Yes.
A lot of the things that we have today are where you guys are helping us out, giving us feedback on things we said.
Which we greatly appreciate.
Yes. So Emma Swartz told us that 1992, I showed my Strawberry Fields Forever, and 1992 was the year that Barb or Alma, whichever one of the Blackbird designers, had done, had stitched on the sampler. She said 1992 is the year the designer went to visit Liverpool, England, and visited the Strawberry Fields Orphanage. So that was really interesting to know. And that's information for those of you. I know there were a couple who said, I've got to pull mine out and stitch it now.
Yes.
And, you know, I wonder if that's on the chart because those ladies are so good about writing on there. And I may not have read it.
Well, so often we don't read the whole thing, you know. But they do provide a lot of good information. And I said, I bet the house that they showed on there was the orphanage. So that's really cool.
Yeah, so it was really sweet. And Emma, thank you for that because that makes it even more special for me. So I have a little background on it. Judy Hall. Judy, we love you.
That's fun.
So Judy Hall said, and that's it for this episode. No! And she has all caps writing no. She said she just can't get enough and she just wants us to keep talking.
Yeah, she said, don't you know I'm addicted?
It was great. So we love that.
Yes.
Thank you for the chuckle. We love that you guys reciprocate that back to us because we know you laugh at us. Next up, Ruth, One Stitch at a Time, said she's coming to the retreat and she wants to know if she can get help stitching on linen. And she told us in her comment that she had asked for help at her LNS and that she'd kind of gotten the brush off, telling her, oh, it's all the same.
A stitch is a stitch is a stitch.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. So, and Ruth stitches on Lugana, so I'm not sure what the issue is on linen. However...
Well, I do.
Does it bother you for the thick and thin?
Yes.
You think that's what hers is? Okay.
Yes,
so,
because my stitches get wonky where you're used to them being absolutely straight.
I'm wonky, so it doesn't bother me. But anyway, I'm not sure what the issue is, but if we have time at the retreat, we will be happy to help.
Yes.
We do have a backup plan.
Yes, we do.
Have some ladies who are prolific stitchers and stitch on pretty much everything. And I am sure that we can get you hooked up with someone, if it's not one of us, to help you work on linen. And
we're not blowing you off.
No.
But at the last retreat we did, I put in 10 stitches. That was it for the entire weekend. Because we're busy. We're doing stuff.
And we grew up with that, be a good hostess.
Yep.
Just really ingrained into us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are always running and doing something, and we try to sit down every once in a while, but usually when we sit down it's more like
let me get off my feet.
So, but we will get you taken care of, Ruth.
Yes.
Have no fear.
We will get someone to help you. Some way, somehow.
Magic Pond Crafts, your Gita, who we got to talk with at Galleria.
That was
and
so cool.
Yes, we got to hear all about the singing competition she does. It was really fun to talk with her. I really enjoyed it. And she told us about her kids. It was really sweet. She had a question. She said the overwhelm mirabilias that are shown in our LNS, she wanted to, which is CC and Company. And we did a shop tour video, so I'm sure that's what she's talking about.
Okay. I wondered how she knew that.
And we showed those really closely because we are so fascinated by them when we go in.
Yeah.
Here's what's really interesting. She said, what was done in the beading areas? I don't know. Nancy and I are like, we look at them. We think they're beautiful. I don't think we've ever thought to ask that because, you know, that's not something we would end up doing.
I'm just so fascinated that they're so small.
But here's our take on it. We think that probably what we would do if you couldn't find a smaller bead that you could still get a needle through, that we would probably use a metallic in there to just fill in. And I'm sure it would give enough of the sparkle. And
I think so. I mean, I don't remember beads being on them, but
so the next time that we're out there, and I do have something to pick up.
Me too.
We will try and take a look and see what they have on them. But that was a great question.
It's going to be at least 2 weeks.
At least 2. Oh yeah, it'll be a while. So we will try and remember that. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we can post in the retreat group and ask them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, because Cece, they're on there. Hello.
So we can ask them. Yep. Okay, and then I loved this. Candace Slub Lover Stitches. That's a heck of a last name, Candace.
Yeah. I had
Slub
to really
Lover
look
Stitches.
at that.
She loves seeing Nancy's Family Treasures 3, and she said it turned into a pause and purchase moment.
Yeah.
I love that, a pause and purchase moment. So
I'm just glad you were able to find it too.
And you have that you wanted to show, right?
So what she's talking about,
this is one of Nancy's whips.
Yes.
That I think I gifted her with. And,
yes, you did.
And then the next year gifted her with.
Make sure I have it right side up.
And then the next year gifted her with the fabric because they hadn't had it.
So that's what she's talking about. That design. And you saw that was on, what fabric does that call for? Here, I'll let you look.
14 count cobblestone or sage Ada. And
I think they showed it on cobblestone. But here is mine that Laura got for me. I just
Isn't that beautiful? And Nancy's is on just a green linen. I saw it in the shop done up on green, and I just thought that it was so pretty.
It's on a charcoal green Jobelin.
28 count, yeah. Charcoal green, good. I'm glad you have the tag. Nancy and I often stick, and we often stick the tags in our projects, with our projects, so that we know what we have, and it is kind of fun to be able to tag things at the end.
I have got to get back to this. Every time I look at it, I'm just amazed at how beautiful it is.
Yeah. And what's so funny to me is that, okay, there are 3 different colors in these little pink flowers. Yes. I have to show them that. And they're so simple. And it's just
talking about this row here.
There are 3 different pinks and a green. And look how beautiful those are.
Oh, it's more than one green.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
2 or 3 in
different
there.
greens there, too.
So it is, that's probably why Nancy doesn't work on it as much, because you have to change a lot.
Yeah.
But I love that band, the last one you did.
But I think I'm at, where's my directions? Oh, I gave them to you.
Yep.
I think I'm at a turn the page section. Because I just did that. I've got.
Right before it. Oh!
Yeah, I'm almost halfway, so I've just got this much left to do.
This pattern.
I've done this.
Yeah, this pattern is kind of in 3 sections when you get into it. So.
Ta-da!
Yeah. And yeah.
And
it's
then,
really pretty. And look, you get the big garden next. Yes. I love that.
And then I'll get to go to the bee skips. Beehives.
So do I need to remind you the next time we're stitching together that you want to bring that?
No.
No. Okay.
I'll get to it eventually.
I was going to
But I gotta do the other one first.
The other one.
2 B's and
two B's and
2
ABCs?
B's and ABCs.
Yes. And I'll talk about that later.
I need to get into that.
Okay. I gotta get this where it'll sit. I wanted to show, we recently did an exchange on a group that we're in, and I was lucky enough to get Sue Wild, I was lucky enough to have Sue Wild get my name.
Yes.
And I got one of our Debbies, and I had so much fun, and I showed you last week what I stitched for her. But when I got back to my spot at Galleria, there was this lovely little package, and I opened the card, and I'm like, oh, Sue got me! I was so excited.
I knew because I got to draw the names.
So this is what Sue made me.
That is so cute.
Isn't that pretty? And inside, now I have to kind of hang on to the scissors here, but I have to show you what she did inside. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Look at all the fabric.
It's
so
just
fun.
so cute, and it's there's a little bit of interfacing in there, so I think she made some flat folds and just put them in, pressed them in. But the pins are beautiful. I mean, look at that, and those cute little scissors. She gave me some needles and the thread catcher, the floss catcher. I loved it. But this cute little design with the cats is part of the Halloween sampler from Lila's studio. And I found, I don't own this one yet. I would like to get this one. But look at that. I didn't turn my brightness down on my phone.
I know Michelle Bendy stitched that.
Yeah, she's working on that. So.
Are you hot? You need me to turn the fan on?
I'm okay.
Okay.
But I mean, we've looked at all the cute little things. I love the little Halloween village at the bottom. I just think there are so many things you could pull out. And I love that Sue just pulled these cute cats out and did them. My cats have little green eyes. And I mean, it was cute. So cute. So thank you, Sue, so much. I love it. And it's just been hanging out, waiting for me to bring to display so that I can use it. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to put some little felt feet on the bottom of it. The box is really sweet, and I just don't want it to get marked up. And Yep. So anyway, I wanted to say that and sneak that in. We wanted to do... Oh, you didn't pull any.
No, but I can pull.
So we are ready for... Yep. We are ready for Nancy's Fabrics Part 2. So she's down, you know, in the kind of red, pink, burgundy section, and it's a very pretty section.
Oh no, I don't know what this one is.
That's okay, you can still show it, right?
Because I've used it a lot.
It almost looks like apple blossom linen that I use. And I know it's like a Lugana, but the color almost looks like apple blossom that I really, really love because it's like the best.
So this is what she's talking about. It's just a plain.
Yeah. But it's like the best kind of pinkish neutral.
Yeah.
Without being like real pink in your face.
Which I really like it. And I'm sure it's a 28.
Definitely an even weave.
Yes. So I use those a lot.
Look, I didn't even make a face.
I was so grown up, if you like. Well, darn it. I thought I had a name. Oh, there it is. This one is...
It's a solo.
Cashel linen, 28 count.
From Silkweaver. Can you imagine that? Needleworker's delight.
Look at this. So that's all the outside. But, you know, don't forget that when you have these, it's 14 by 36. When you have these pieces that are over dyed, look at both sides because they're going to dye and look a little different. Mm-hmm. So, I can't even stretch that height.
There you go. And it's beautiful.
I really liked this one.
It's so fun to look and dream about what you're going to put on the pretty linens too, I think.
I have no idea. All right.
Does this one have a name?
And then here's this one. It's called Solo.
Not as in Hans.
No. It's another Cashel, 28 count, 14 by 18. Look at that.
That's so fun.
Woo!
I could almost see that going fall because this kind of looks like a big leaf to me here. And I mean, you would take the right colors, but I could almost see it going fall.
It's a fun piece for me. And then the last one, it has a name. It's called Fantasy.
Ooh.
And it's 8 by 26. I can't even remember my writing. Another cashel. So look at this. Look at this that's pretty solid up here, and then look at the other part.
So you could have like 4 smalls and have them all look different.
Isn't it pretty? I really like that.
And they would coordinate so pretty. And then the other side, was the other side?
I wasn't showing the label. Here's the label on that one.
And is the other side lighter?
I'll show you while she's opening that. I'll show you the other labels. There's that one.
I actually think the other side is more even. Look at that.
And here's the other label.
The other side is more even. Oh. So, like if you were doing a long piece, you definitely would be able to get a more even look. Now look.
Yeah,
see where that big splotchy part is?
Splotch here. And it's not over here so much.
I was thinking it looked like there was more all over, but it was that evening out. So
well, and see, that's why we say to look at both sides to figure out where you want your piece to be, because it's different.
Hey, I just thought of something.
Hey,
you had your family treasures. Is it still right there by you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, last week we talked about plastic bags and that you shouldn't have them in them.
Yes.
And when you pulled your fabrics, that's what made me think about it. So this kind of plastic bag, can you get real close? Do you see its mesh? These are okay. These are made to be breathable. I mean, like, you can squish air out of them almost all the time. Yeah. So air is getting in and out. So it's not an airtight, sealed environment. And like these are fine. Yeah, these are fine to carry your projects in.
Right. So that's what I was over in my whips. And that's why I told Laura, I said, look, plastic bag. So
yeah, so then we talked about it some. And because probably a good 60% of my projects, at least, maybe 70 or 80% are in that kind of a bag.
And then I have a few of these. So, you know.
And I love these, and I would like to move more toward these. I love this fabric.
Me too.
Judy, I love this fabric. Look inside. It is so pretty.
It's just plain really inside, but...
It's cloudy sky, or not... It's like a summer sky with the fun clouds. And I just love it.
I just meant that there wasn't really a pattern.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Judy is excellent at putting things together.
Yes,
and you know what? We have cool bags from Phyllis, too. And Phyllis has been fun with her fabric picks. Are you looking? Yours is probably in...
It's over there in my bag behind the cloth bag.
In your big stitching bag to get carried somewhere.
Yeah, because I took it with us.
And I do like stuffing different things. I have a patriotic bag that I bought from Judy, and I have several patriotic fabrics. And you know, this summer I bought Heroic in both a plain linen, and I believe that one's a 32 count, and I bought it in an opalescent 28 count. And I have those in there too, because I bought big pieces so that I could do a lot of smalls. And I mean, it's nice. I know that if I want something patriotic that I've been thinking about, currently planning, then it's all right in there.
I want to show you one more so that the line is even.
That's her OCD coming out, yeah?
Well, then I'm thinking, how am I going to know for next week which one I want? So this one is a cashel linen, 28 count, porcelain. So it has a name too. So there's the label. And then here, look, it's got a little...
A little what? Oh!
So here's the... It's really pale. I really like it.
It is pretty. It's a little darker than that. Is it Bashful? That we bought. It's a little darker than that Bashful was. But
so
it's really, really pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I like that.
Cool. Okay,
Okay, I won't do anymore.
Until next time.
Right.
We are officially closing out our weekly How to Be a Flosstuber. Last week was tip number 10, and so we decided that's a good place to stop. We will periodically throw things in as you guys make us think of things. So we have a bonus tip for you this week. And it's take things out of packages.
Yeah, I've seen some, and it's just when you leave it in your package, I want to see more.
And I mean, it's hard to see a pattern. We want you to open your fabric all the way because we want to see every bit of that fabric.
Yes, just like I showed you here.
Yeah.
But if you keep them in the little squares, then you're only getting a small portion of that beautiful piece. So you want to make sure to take it out, stretch it out, and show it off.
And what I like about the fabric is not necessarily what Nancy likes about the fabric.
Right.
So if you show the whole thing, then more people have a chance to fall in love with it.
Yeah, I mean, contrary to popular belief, I might not like those big splotchy things, you know. I am sometimes more drawn to the more solid looks, so...
Mm-hmm. And I've been doing a lot more sampler type things, so I have been using more subtle fabrics instead of the flashier ones. But I definitely, maybe when Nancy gets done, I'll bring a stack and show you some of my fabrics too.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Or we could interlace them.
Yeah.
I'll just put a clippy on them or something so I know where I'm at.
A wonder clip in purple, because we know you can find those.
Yeah, but the patterns, they get a lot of glare, so that's why you want to take those out, at least the front cover page.
If you're on, like, we film on an iPad, and you'll see me sometimes reach up and I tap the screen because it changes the focus and it adjusts some, and that helps us out. So, you know, people forgive you for things. Don't be afraid to do it.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing we wanted to make sure we say is that make sure you have something that you can hold behind. We've been caught without something to hold behind. We've seen lots of you without have something to hold behind.
And then you see through, and it's harder to see it. So.
And it's, you know, it's not a big deal. Most of us are in like a craft room or an office area and probably have a piece of
paper of some sort.
Yeah. Printer paper. You can even tape a couple of pieces of printer paper together to have a longer one. You know, something like that, just to give a background. I know one of them. I can't think. I can see her. Lisa, I think is her name.
She's got like a piece of mat board that she keeps close, and that she'll pull that up and then put her piece over it, which makes it really nice.
Michelle Bendy uses one of my sleeves and shows things on it. So, and I was trying to think which one. I think a lot of times maybe she uses her donuts.
Oh.
Which is kind of fun to see that pop out. But, you know, be creative. Nancy and I, a lot of times, if she's showing something and I notice that it's really sheer, I'll pick up a pattern or whatever I have and find a white spot and put it behind. I'll pick up my book and I will just flip to a blank page and I'll hold this up behind because at least it's light colored. Yeah. And it'll work in there.
That.
Mm-hmm. So that's our bonus tip this week. And we already alluded to this, but we have hit 2,000. We are so excited. This morning when we looked, it was 2,033. So we are going to be working on coming up with something wild and wonderful.
How many did we have last time?
Last time we had 1993.
So you guys really jumped us.
40 people.
Wow.
Because math. That's what Pam and Steph said. Because math, So, anyway, that's exciting.
Yes,
and
it is.
We already have a little bit of stuff, and we're trying to...
What do we have?
What we got at Galleria.
I know. I knew. I really did.
So, anyway, we will be working on that and coming up with things. And since Gladfest is over for me, I'm a little...
Yeah.
Although we're already talking about the next festival we're going to. So
the next two. One in November, one in December.
We'll see. We'll see.
My sister is crazy.
But
crazy in her mind.
I had over 100 sleeves made. So
Wow.
that was really exciting. So that means I sold about a fifth of them. We sold 22 sleeves. It was exciting.
Yeah, that's great.
Maybe I've already said that, and I've said that
Of course,
twice now.
she's sold 3 to me, but
And my friend Elisa came by, and she bought 3 there. Plus, I have another one that she had already ordered from me that I'm just waiting for Jeff to cut.
Oh, goodness.
And so I think I'm going to have 4 to take to her this Thursday. So, and she got there and she's like, I don't have any money to do this, so I can pay you part now. And I said, just pay me Thursday. I want you to have money for the rest of the event. I know, that's fine. I know that people are good for it.
I will gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Yeah. So, anyway, that's it. How far into this are we? 40 minutes?
Oh, my.
Is that what that says?
Yes.
Oh, my.
We're about halfway through.
Okay. So, Nancy, you are up with your previous finish.
We were talking about monochromatic pieces.
All together now.
I had to think of why we were talking about it. But because Laura showed one a few weeks back that was so pretty and everybody commented on it. And it made me think of one kind of monochromatic, but not really.
You just used 2 colors, right?
Yes, just 2 colors. And one of them is overdyed.
Watch your glass.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous with your glass.
One of them is overdyed, but this is Sampler and Antico, designed by Passione Ricamo. Well, you get it. And it was stitched in 2012 to 2013 in a round robin by Deanna Avery.
Hi, Dee.
And Laura and I. So this is my piece.
Come this way.
Okay.
There you go.
So I just fell in love with all these big letters. I know everything we do is an alphabet, but I just loved all of these letters. I thought they were so pretty.
It's really cool.
And my fabric, I don't remember if it is, I didn't write that down, if it's an overdye fabric or not. I don't think so.
It may just be a solid.
So anyway, I wanted to share that with you.
And she put it in this beautiful frame, which is kind of antiqued, and it just is really pretty.
Well, talk about thrift store. This is one I got at this thrift store, and it was a bright, bright gold. So I just took some black paint and distressed it.
Oh.
So.
It's really pretty with it.
Thank you.
So that's cool. That's Nancy's previous finish. I brought a couple to share. So the first one, this one, I don't know, it's just been coming up here and there. And
it's such a fun piece.
This one is called Ship of Life by the Needle Love Company. And I believe this linen, it's Picture This Plus because it has those. And I think that I used 32 count on it. And mine, there we go. Okay. So mine, I had been to an event at, I think it was during our shop hop. And I bought a bag. I'm sorry, the words are hard today. I saw these grab bags of floss, and they were all different weights, all different brands, everything different about it. And and that's a big slub, yeah.
I love that.
And I took it and I mixed all of these weights and things to do this. And sometimes I stitched with 1 thread, sometimes I stitched with 2. It just depended on what kind of feel I wanted for that section. But the coolest thing, the luckiest, most fortunate thing that I did, I'm going to fold this down a little bit, is this water. And okay, the water is the full width of the piece. You see that? Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So what I did, and I started over here under the ship, what I did is that I just chose a section. You can kind of tell that. So I started here and I stitched around to here, and then I went back and I just went around and around in a circle. And I did that the whole way across. This is one floss type. But what I like is that it gave this movement.
Yes, that's what
to
I
the
was
water.
going to say. Look at all the movement.
And it just was
Look at the
cool.
whale. I've
Yeah,
never
the whale's
noticed
so
him
cute.
before.
And the other place that I did that is in these rocks. These rocks are charted in 3 or 4 different colors.
Oh my.
And I looked at the flosses that were in that little bag. And most of them were little short things. Like the water, I had enough. And I know that it's more like a pearl cotton. It's heavier. So, and the rocks, I had another one that just had all of that great color in it. And again, I went around the outside of each rock as they had it defined on the pattern. And then I, can you feel the difference? Well, this is still this stuff.
Yeah.
So it would be like this. Feel here.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So it's...
Yeah, your water does stand proud.
But it's, it just was fun. So play with things. I mean, I stitched a little and...
I love the negative space in here too that makes it like white caps.
Yeah. It just was fun.
It's
and I think,
cute.
of course, so...
And I love the moon.
That concerned me a little, actually, the negative space in the water, because I chose this blue fabric and they had done it on white, I believe, white and a cream. They had 2 versions, and this was kind of cool.
Everything on that little piece has so much character, so much to talk about.
And I want to say something about these things up here at the top. Okay, the pieces at the bottom all touch. You can have that side, then you won't feel like I'm going to smack you. The pieces at the bottom all touch. The big ship, the water, the hill, the lighthouse, the cute little...
And a whale.
And he's even...
spouting.
Yeah, out his spume there. But these things are up. Maybe I counted to them. Maybe I didn't. What I'm sure I did is that I knew what they were supposed to be over. And I just went up there and put them in. I think a good tip is that if you're looking at your pattern, you can see how far it is. And, if this is like 40 stitches above to get to it, I just pulled out my little measuring tape and measured that far. Because does it matter if
it's
this
off a
is
stitch?
Not exactly where it is supposed to be, or this? No, it just makes it more unique.
Personalized.
There you go. So, Ship of Life, Needle Love Company, old
I was
chart.
going to say, can they get that?
I'm not sure. I know that mine is coming home to me. Our friend Denise had borrowed it and stitched it, and she made herself a working copy so that it could be bigger. And when she was giving it back to me, she included one of her working copy pages instead of the pattern page. So I just gave it back to her, and she said, I know right where it is. And so she was going to put that back in.
Fun.
And then we were going to pass that on again, because it's, it is an older chart, and it looks very different on the chart picture.
Yes, it really does.
So what you choose makes a difference. And then I brought another one because we talked monochromatic. Now, I actually I do this sometimes because my LNS used to do this. So this was Mocha Linen, 35 count, 17 by 27 from the old mill. And I'm sure Mocha is a Weeks Dye Works.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And this pattern is called Faith, Hope, Love, and it's by the Workbasket. And I just fell in love with this. Did you get to? So I'm just going to show you. First, I'll show you big. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Darn it. How come I can't get it straight?
Here's faith, hope, love.
Yeah. And then I'll pull this. and I'm just going to come up. So they do a lot with negative space with this.
Trying to see over.
Yeah, if I lift up just a little, I can do it. They do a lot with negative space in this because this is one color. And I had a couple of different colorways that I was considering. And I actually bought however many skeins I needed. It was just like 3 or 4 skeins, maybe 5. I was flush at that point, so I bought enough skeins of each color. And then I showed it to my husband and said, hey, which one should I do? Because I fell in love with this mocha linen, and I thought it would look more antiqued.
Yeah.
And it just fit the style, and I mean all the little back stitching bits, but I did this in 2011. My initials are on one side and the date on the other.
You can see that, right?
But I actually did that, put those in, and I liked that it was planned in. But I love how they did this, and I might have bought this at Retreat one year because they were the designers. See, here is the 11, and over here is my LL. So, but I really enjoyed them.
I like how this is more open in the 3 spots on the other end, and then more solid, balancing it out.
I just feel like it made it really, really interesting.
And that band, that big zigzag band is so pretty.
And it was fun to stitch. You can see my floss, I'll show you the love section. So my floss was really nicely variegated. It's an overdyed floss because I don't have what I used. So you would just have to go play. I believe it's a Weeks Dye Works. But I just loved all the colors, and there were so many options. I don't even remember. I think they show it in a blue. And I tweaked mine so it's a little more teal. And I think my other option was even more green. Because I kind of was in that, I'd like to do a blue thing.
Yeah.
So, or a teal thing, I mean.
Very pretty.
Thank you. But that's kind of a fun one. So.
And let you remember the old mill, which isn't there anymore.
Yes. And you know, the monochromatic things, there are a lot of patterns out there that you could do. A lot of the Quaker samplers are done in one color. You know, don't be afraid to say, I want this to be colors that will look good in my house.
Right.
I mean, I love Nancy's purple on the pink. I'm not sure that's what I would do with it.
Well, and those aren't really colors that I put in my house. But I just loved them.
I think you chose the fabric first, and then because it was a big enough piece.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just chose floss that you liked on it. It would be really pretty in this room on the green wall. You'd get to see it at least once a week. So anyway, so we're up to our current whips and plans.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm working on Winter Knocker. I always want to call it by what it says in the thing. So this is the one I'm working on, Winter Knocker. And I did get to work quite a bit this week, but I had a couple of days that I didn't get to stitch. So here's where I'm up to. Ta-da!
Look how cute he is. Do I need to put?
I got his little scarf all in and his funky little arms on.
I love that tall, skinny tree. It's so funny.
And the smile. I didn't realize until I was stitching it that the smile connects to his eyes.
That's how I would build a snowman.
So,
he's pretty cute.
I don't have much left. I've got Wishing You a Wah.
And then the snowflakes,
and things, right? And the top border. So
cool.
We'll see how far I get this week.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and I put down Green on Green, which is what I was working on from Rosewood Manor. I didn't really want to put it down, but I had joined the Peace on Earth stitch along, and
your
the page next to it is coming apart. So this is the sampler. What I did not realize is that evidently when this was re-released, There's also a blue version.
Oh.
Or a darker version, and it looks blue or gray to me, the fabric.
Oh.
And they changed the colors a little bit. Okay. Well, I did my thing. And mine is on Cashel linen 28 count from Silk Weaver. Yeah. My piece is 13 by 18. I am going to have fabric left over. I thought about this and planned it out, and I will have fabric left over, but this is how far I've gotten.
Very pretty.
So I have a little bit more up here. I'm not going to have much left because I have to get Peace on Earth up here above the vine.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started building my house. You can see that. But seriously, when I was trying to get this in this week, I would sit down to work on it and I would just pass out.
Oh.
I was so tired because I seriously would be up about 6 in the morning and sewing and no. Because I would stay up too late at night. So I would be up by 7-ish and in and stitching or sewing. And then at night after dinner, when I finally was ready to settle down, I would sit and stitch for a while and try and get some in. But it was really a struggle. So plans for this week, you're going to stick with that?
Yeah, I'll stick with that. We've got guests coming in this week, so I've got to get this room cleaned up. I got the guest room cleaned up, but unfortunately all of that came in here.
And that makes me think I don't know when we're going to film next week.
I don't know.
It could be that
Sunday afternoon, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe maybe I'll come a little bit early and we can film, or
they'll be here by 10 o'clock.
Or we can sneak away, while they're stitching and make a video, but it would be
2 hours.
Yeah. We would have to be all ready. So we'll have to figure it out. We may end up skipping next weekend. Maybe we'll do...
hang with us.
Maybe we'll do Friday night.
Never know.
Because, I'll have pretty hair by then. My hairdresser has said that she will make it work whenever we can get in, and I'm getting a haircut.
Very nice.
I'm not doing... And she's not going to cut much, because I'm kind of liking the length.
Mm-hmm.
I just want it cleaned up. I've got those straggly ends, and I'm ready for it to be cleaned up. And maybe I'll have her take off a little bit up so that more of this shows. I don't know. We'll play. She'll be fun. So my plans for the week, well, I don't know if I'll stay with that or if I will just go home and figure out what's yelling at me, screaming at me the loudest. Maybe I will play with the Tiny Decisions app and see what it comes up with for me.
Oh my.
And I think that's kind of fun, to see them. And maybe I'll just put them on there and just spin.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily do what it comes up with, but I'll spin. So, anyway, we're going to have a little bit of retreat talk. So if you are not interested in that, please like and subscribe. Please like our video and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. Words.
Thank you for being with us. We appreciate it. Love all your comments, so keep those coming.
That's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
This is a two-way street. There are the people who make them and there are the people who watch them. We're on both sides of that.
Yes.
And we really try. I mean, we know that so many people watch on TV and then don't comment. We're both guilty of it. I mean, I watch a lot of times while I'm sewing.
Yeah.
And I talk to the TV while it's going.
Yeah, so. Can't you hear our comments?
If only. We got a comment this week that I think somebody talked into their device.
Yeah.
Because they're, you can kind of tell. Yeah, everything. And it was fun to read because we're like, oh, take a breath. Okay. Yeah. So, anyway, if you're not interested. Yep, we do. So, if you're not interested in retreat business, then thank you and have a great week. We'll see you sometime next week.
Okay.
We just have a little bit of retreat information. It's not anything new. We're just going to go over some things. Retreat fees, we have said that those are due by December 31st for the people who are on the list. If you have put yourself on the list and you have not paid your fee, what's going to happen is that we're going to move you to the bottom of the list. Right. We still have some openings, so don't panic.
We do. So don't panic. And also I wanted to say that if you are kind of on the fence, you're not sure if you can make it or not, put your name on the list. At least you'll have a spot.
And you're not obligating yourself to pay.
No.
What's going to happen is that we will keep that list of people after December 31st. And when you pay your retreat fee, then we'll bump you up.
Yeah.
And as it's getting closer, we'll keep saying that on our video, you know. We have, I think about 20 spots left that haven't been claimed. And we have several that we haven't received the retreat fee yet.
Right.
So
we're still giving you time to think about it, but we wanted to put that thought in your head.
And once you pay that fee, what we need you to do is go on to Facebook and look for our group and request membership. The group is Show Me Retreat.
Yes.
And when you request membership, we go in and look and see if you've paid your retreat fee. And then we go ahead and approve you and get you right into the group. If you are in that group, please feel free to chat.
Yes.
Show pictures.
Share your stuff. The ladies from CC and Company, Kathy and Sylvia, are members. So, you know, if you have any questions about the shop, ask them. They'll respond. They're very excited about being on there and getting to know you guys.
The one thing we haven't talked about, I don't think, is the Stitcher Showcase.
No.
So
we keep so many things secret.
Yeah. But we need to think about this one.
Yeah.
Nancy and I haven't really talked over our rules for this one.
Not yet.
But we will be hosting a Stitchers Showcase, and the ladies from CC's will be judging that competition. So they're really excited to see all those things and see what you've come up with. We're going to tell you whether that has to be a newer finish or whether that can be an older finish. We have different thoughts about both. So we will let you know more, but be thinking about what you maybe would want to show.
Yeah, what piece you have, what piece you're working on that maybe you might want to put in.
Yeah, and maybe you want to keep it a little secret. So anyway. So remember that you'll get into the Facebook group, and then it'll give you information on how to make your hotel reservation.
Which you'll want to do and get those in.
So, and we need to have the hotel reservations made so that they will hold our block of rooms.
Yes, and
our stitching room. We need to double check our dates on that.
Yes.
So that we can give
clarity
you
there.
Yeah. But we do have a minimum that we need to hit. And we are under that minimum currently.
Yeah.
So
we're close, but we're still under.
Yeah. So we just need you to kind of get things going. We know it's still a long way off.
But you know what? It probably helped the count a little bit when we booked our room.
Oh, yeah, we are funny. So then there will also be an exchange.
Yes.
And
a smalls exchange.
Our theme is summer vacation. If you do a small in that theme, that is great. If you do a small in any other theme, that is great.
Right.
We just want everybody to participate. Please
Have
don't
a good
feel
time.
Yeah. And please don't feel like this is a finishing competition.
No.
No. You know, I get a line sewn all the way around.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I try to do more, but it doesn't always kind of translate.
If I would be ready sooner, I would have way more time to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I hope I'm going to pick up some better finishing skills and be able to do some things. And really just sewing on my sewing machine so regularly, I'm so much more confident.
Helps a lot.
So do some things for yourself that you're going to keep at home that you can practice on. Maybe even just get some scrap fabric, like not stitching fabric, not linen or Aida, but just some scrap backing fabric, pretty fabric, and make yourself some little pin cushions out of those and try it out. You can try out stuffing. You could try out doing the yo-yo back for that way. And it just, it would be so much better to just practice on things, and then you'll feel more confident. Yep. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you can do that all by hand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I slip stitch.
Oh, yeah.
So, and remember, rustic is in.
That's right.
Wait, Primitive is in. Primitive is in. So any
Barbaric.
of those, yeah, I don't know if we've told that.
I don't think we have.
But any of those little things, well, however you get it done, it's done, and people are just so grateful that
They're
you've done
appreciative,
things.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never gotten a piece that I've said, ew.
No, and I haven't even seen a piece like that.
No.
You know, exchanged like that. So
We hosted a small retreat last year, and we had fun with it because we had everybody wrap theirs in white tissue paper.
which is probably what we're gonna do here too.
Yeah. And we just laid them out on a table, and we let people come up and choose one, and then they opened it for us.
None
And
of the squeezy,
Yeah.
feely stuff.
You had to just look.
and pick.
It was really fun. So just to see what in the world you were going to end up with.
Yeah,
And
it was great.
It
and
was.
some of them were tiny, and some of them were a little bigger. So you know,
it just and it
it was
things
so fun.
things seemed to get to the right home.
Yes, they did.
So
They did.
it was fabulous. And the last thing that we want to say about the retreat is that you need to get ready to have fun.
Fun.
Because that's what we want to do. And,
Yes.
we are no drama girls, and we have a good time when we're at a retreat. We think a retreat is to build relationships and laugh, and we want you to go home with that feeling.
You enjoyed yourself. You had a wonderful time. And you can't hardly wait for the next one.
And what's that saying? People may not always remember what you say or do, but they'll always remember how you make them feel.
Oh, nice. Like that.
So that's, I mean, that kind of sticks with me. Obviously, if I rattled that off that fast. And it's probably a paraphrase, but it is close.
Yeah.
And I really do think that's important.
It is. It is very important.
You need to consider feelings, and, you know, really what you see with us is what you're going to get.
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
And obviously, sometimes we are scatterbrained. And if we're going on no sleep, I'm going to look like this. But it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have a good time.
Oh, gosh, yeah. The retreat we did was just... We were stressed to the max because it was our first one, but... You know, we had everything lined up, and by gosh, we were going to go by that list.
And you know what? The ladies very gently told us, maybe you could give us some more stitching time. So we added an extra day.
Yeah. And gave him 30 minutes of that day to stitch.
We have looked, it's so funny because we've started making our retreat layout for that one, because we do it in February, so it'll be before the big retreat. But
and it's small, so we just keep it very small.
Yeah, so it's really funny because we have actually written in stitch in all capital letters, so that maybe Nancy gets more than 10 stitches
I
this
might
time.
get 20.
But, I mean, it's fun. We like to do it. We like to play hostess. We enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
The ladies that are from our area that are coming are always so generous with their offers of assistance.
Yes.
And we take them up take them up on it where we need to.
We could,
So.
I don't think we could do as good a retreat as we have done without them. So
It's really important. So,
it is.
and we appreciate all of you. So, again, if you enjoyed what you saw here, please like our video and subscribe to it.
Yep. Come on back next time.
Get ready for the craziness. We'll figure out when we're making a video, so we'll be okay. But until then, she's Nancy.
And she's Laura.
And we are the Addicted Sisters. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.